Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crowdshare Podcast. And today is going to be a brand new video as we go over a brand new AP poll. Coming up closer, probably, to when we will start doing the college football playoff rankings. I don't know when the first day of that is, but I think it's coming up here in a couple weeks. Also, of course, update on the MLB. Obviously, the playoffs are underway. I was not able to get a video out for like playoff predictions, like a whole playoff prediction video before the playoffs began today, of which all the game ones for the wild card have come and gone and have been pretty good. Yeah, they were all pretty solid, all fun games for sure. And so yeah, let's get this party started. Like I said, I didn't have any time to do the playoff prediction video for the MLB. But I do have the picks posted um, on our Instagram channel if you want to see, who I ended up taking for the playoffs this year. They're all on there, so if you want to take a look. But anyways, let's move on to the rankings for this week. For college football, there's a little bit of some changing with Florida and Kansas both dropping out, with Florida getting bombshelled by Kansas, or not Kansas, by Kentucky. The Wildcats with a staggering 220 yards rushing in just the first half. Well, it was like the first quarter and a half. I mean, it was bad. But they drop out. Of course, Kansas drops out after losing to Texas. But joining the rankings this week, actually, is the Louisville Cardinals at number 25. They are one of two new teams to join the rankings this week, with Fresno State climbing up one spot. LSU, after the upset on the road against Ole Miss in what was a pure shootout, they would drop a staggering 10 spots in the rankings, all the way to number 23, just barely holding on to a top 25 ranking. Tennessee would drop one down to number 22 after beating South Carolina. Missouri would go up 2 spots to number 21. The Kentucky Wildcats are the other new team in the AP poll this week, as they join in at number 20, being one of two to join this week, along with, of course, as I mentioned earlier, their arch rivals, the Louisville Cardinals. Duke, after taking a loss at home to Notre Dame in what was a really ugly game, and honestly a game of which Notre Dame got away with a lot of holding, and I truly do mean a lot of holding. There was a lot of holding calls that were just not made at the end of that game, and obviously frustrating probably if you're a Duke Blue Devils fan, to watch that and just see nothing ever get called. Utah takes a big drop after taking a loss on the road to Oregon State on Friday night. They go from 10 to 18. Miami, Florida goes up one more spot to number 17, remaining still undefeated on the season, as they got their bye this week. Ole Miss gets a nice. Ole Miss, Oregon State both get nice boosts after big wins over higher ranked opponents, both going up 4 spots respectively at number 16 and 15. North Carolina climbing up to number 14 on their bye. Washington State also on their bye, but also climbing to number 13. Oklahoma going up 2 spots this week before their big matchup in the Red River rivalry with Texas. Arch rivals, obviously. That should be a very fun game. Alabama going up 1 spot to number 11. Notre Dame going back into the top 10 at number 10 after gaining the win over the Duke Blue Devils. USC and Oregon trade places at 8 and 9, and then the rest of the top 25 remains the same, with Washington, Penn State, Florida State, Ohio State, Texas, Michigan, and Georgia. Texas and Michigan, not really much separation between those two, and the Bulldogs have lost a considerable margin on their number one ranking after a close win and a bit of a scare on the road against the Auburn Tigers in a big rivalry. That is it for these rankings. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These normally are quicker videos anyway. And I like to keep them that way because really all I'm doing is reviewing the rankings, and there's not really much else to go over other than where teams are ranked. But anyways, that's it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time, next week. Until then, adios, everyone.